Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host Judson. We're doing an impromptu review. I was just hanging out with my dog, checking Netflix when I saw, hey, this old horror movie I've been meaning to watch is on Netflix. It's another movie where I was like waiting for a long time to get, for it to release on DVD and Blu-ray. Um, but never got around to watching it because obviously it's on Netflix and they refuse to put it out. Put it out. Whatever. I got Netflix now, so I finally watched this movie. The movie I'm reviewing. Obviously, you read the titles. The Ritual. It's a 2017 mystery horror movie directed by David Bruckner, who also worked on the VHS horror anthology movies, which I haven't watched them yet. The movie stars Raphael Spall as Luke, Archer Ali as Phil, Rob James-Collier, or Collier, I guess if he's French, as Hutch, Sam Charlton as Dom, and Paul Reed as Robert. So what the movie is about is you have these group of friends that were out on the night drinking. When one of them wants to go inside a liquor store to buy some vodka, he has one of his friends tag along with him. For some fucking reason, he couldn't go in there alone. So one of his friends tags along with him, and what ends up happening is that the place is getting robbed, and you know, the guy Luke, who's the one who went in there in the first place, hides in the back, while his friend gets robbed by these two tweakers, and gets his head keyed in and died. So before before that happened, they were planning on going on a trip, and his suggestion was hiking in Sweden. So because of that happened, the rest of the group decide to hike through Sweden in honor of their dead friend. What ends up happening as they're hiking through Sweden, one of them fucks up his knee, and they have to take a shortcut back to the lodge. What ends up happening is they take a shortcut through the woods, which is one of the dumbest fucking things you can do, because like people have a habit of getting lost in the woods and dying, right? But they take a shortcut in the woods. They find an old abandoned cabin, which they stayed the night because it was raining, right? While they're sleeping in the cabin, they all have nightmares, and there's all this creepy like runes and shit. They find this like pagan totem of this headless man for antlers for hands, right? Which turns out to be the symbol for this monster. If you didn't know, there's a giant monster in this movie, which looks pretty fucking cool. You don't really get a good look at it till the end, but because of that totem that they find, right? It gives they get a very good. It gives you a very good idea what the monster kind of looks like. So what ends up happening? They get killed one by one by the monster, which the monster hangs up the dead bodies from trees. Like it pills them onto trees, right? Which is kind of like, which reminds me, I can't remember which, but I remember watching some nature documentary about an animal that does that, though I can't fucking remember which. Yeah, so like what ends up happening is they get captured by these cultists who worship this thing. You find out that it's basically a frost giant, right? And they worship this thing because it gives them eternal life or whatever, right? And like you even like find the main character goes into this room, finds a bunch of corpses. Turns out the corpses are still alive because the thing because they're ex-cultists, right? And he has a mark on him from when he was sleeping in that cabin, right? So because the monster wants him to start worshiping him, right? So obviously, what ends up happening is like like he escapes from the woods, and that's the end of the movie. But yeah, he has like kind of a face off with the monster. Yeah, he has like a face off with the monster, where because they have like he found like a bunch of rifles and shit. Only found a couple bullets. So I don't know. Like I would have loved to seen like a fight between him and the monster. But yeah, once he gets out of the woods, the monster can't chase him anymore for some reason. So I thought that was a little dumb. But yeah, there's a bunch of there's some cool cinematography in the movie. There's these weird like dream sequences where he keeps having flash. He'll have these dream sequences where he's in the woods, but like they'll be like stuff from the liquor store. So like they'll have like the shelves from the liquor store and in the in the woods, right? Which was I thought was like super cool. Yeah, so like I don't know, I like the movie. I think it's worth watching at least once just for the cool monster in the movie. Though the movie has, I don't know if it has like social political commentary, because like at one point they mentioned Brexit, and then there's the whole thing where like our main character was too scared to help his friend, but at the end of the movie he takes on this monster, at least for a little while. So it's like I don't know if the movie is about how like society has, I think what the movie is trying to be about is like how society has made us docile. So this guy going back in the woods and encountering like danger has gone him to like find that animal instinct, that like primal rage. Because at the end of the movie, he's like the monster. He gets out of the woods, the monster's roaring at him, and he's just roaring back at the monster. So I don't know. I think that's what the movie's about, but I don't know. I could be projecting, right? But I don't know. I thought the movie was cool. I'm giving it like a 7 out of 10. I don't think the movie has a lot of rewatchability, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool. So I thought there was some cringe aspects to the movie. Like you find out the one dude's like the guy's wife is like, her name is Gail, and then at the end of the movie you find out, oh yeah, he was married to a black woman, and it's like, how many black women are named Gail? I don't know. I feel like that. I felt like that was some more fat man shit, where like you had a character that was probably white in the script, but they just like, it's Netflix, so we have to fucking put in our political agendas, which is yeah, which I'm not gonna get into, but yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed the movie. Again, you had a really cool monster. Like the monster in the movie is just like, it's just like worth watching just for it, because that's such a fucking cool monster design. But because of the story, like this monster, like if we it's the thing where we can't really get sequels, because the monster, from what we can tell, it can only exist in that fucking forest. So the only, like, how would you even write a sequel? More people going into this woods and encountering this monster? That would just be redundant. So it's just shame that they have like this like they have that like backstory and setting, because it's like you can't really do much more with the monster unless you get rid of that stupid rule, which what can you do? Alright, that's it for this review. Yeah, if you got Netflix, check it out. Alright, peace.